How you doing? And welcome back to Kyosin and Mark Taekwondo. Today I'll be showing you how you can use a sidekick to maintain distance in a fight. Because if you can control the distance of the fight, you control the fight. So I'm going to show you how you can use the sidekick defensively, offensively, and in a combination so you can control the distance and hit some solid, strong hits on your opponent. Because the sidekick is a very strong kick. So first thing we're doing here, as you can see, we're using a shield. You can use a punching bag. You can use a wave master. There's a lot of things you can even practice in the air. So let's get started on the first one. This is going to be with the front foot, the lead leg, instant foot, coming in sidekick. So the opponent is blitzing in here. They're coming towards you. What you're doing is you're using that sidekick to stop them in their tracks. Well, also, you're hitting them with not only the force of your foot, but the force of their body coming in. So if you land a hit on their body like this, to the liver, to the ribs, or to the solar plex, it's going to do a lot of damage. Also, if you see, when you do a sidekick, your head is pretty far away from your opponent. So that gives you a little more time to block if they're trying to hit you. But you got to be careful, because you see, you pull your foot up, you kick, and then you pull it back. You got to be fast, because this is going to stop him for long. This is going to stop him for a little bit. So you got to have a next move planned. You got to be ready to move around, throw something else, react to what your opponent's going to do. But this is a strong kick here. As you can see, I'm sliding in, and it does work with shoes on. Someone said that kicks don't work with shoes. I'm doing them with shoes right now, so I think they work. And don't let your opponent get too close to you, or they'll choke you up. So you want to make sure you got that foot chambered in the right direction. So even if they kind of hit you before you extend your foot out, it's like 3/4 of the way there or halfway there, and your heel is still hitting them. Hitting with the heel is the most important part of a sidekick. It's like hitting with the knuckles on a punch. The heel is like a bone, very tough. Okay, so this is the next move. We're using the lead leg sidekick, so you're stepping up and you're cutting the distance in. So you're stepping in, sidekick. So this is great when in a fight or sparring, you have distance in between you and your opponent. So you're going to use that distance to get in close. This is a great move to do, especially if you have a size or reach disadvantage, which means that your arms and legs are smaller, not as much reach. So you're coming in, you can hit your opponent before they can kick you, but you're still far enough away where they have to move in to punch you. It's a great way. Strong kick. You could go for the head. Really don't mind that motion there. I was just joking there. So the same thing here, I'm doing it. So sliding in, sidekick, chambering up. It's essentially the same kick as before, except now you're stepping with your back foot, getting it close, and then you're sliding in as you kick. Yeah, so this kick covers a lot of distance. So you might not want to throw it if your opponent's already moving in on you, because you won't have time. So if they're moving in, you want to do the first thing we did. This is your launch in the attack. You're on the offensive here. But be ready, because since you're so far away, your opponent's going to have time to react to you. So once you get this kick off, it might get blocked, or you might hit, but be ready for a counter from your opponent. So be quick on it. Very strong move, though. Okay, so this here, we're using the sidekick to keep the distance in a combination here. So you're coming in with that front leg front kick. So you're sliding in front leg, and then you're using the same leg for the side kick. This is good because you're hitting. If you have an aggressive opponent that you know they're going to counterattack right away, this is good because you know their guard is not going to be there for the side kick. So you get the front kick in, maybe it hits them, and then you're going to punish them on the side. It's also good because if once you kick your opponent, say they back up to try to avoid it, but then they come back in, this is good because they're not going to be ready, and then you're going to run into the same situation as with the first kick. They're going to be moving towards your instant side kick. So great to use. Just like before, keep those hands up, protect yourself. You can also see that when we're launching the kick, the body is facing forward. But when you go for the side kick, it's turning sideways. So when you're practicing this, make sure you can have control as you turn your body. You don't want to be losing balance because that makes you vulnerable to falling, and your kick's not going to be very good. So keep your balance up. You can touch your foot down to the floor, or you could just do it in the air. Personally, I would just touch it to the floor. It's really not going to slow you down that much. But it all depends on the situation. Maybe you can't touch it to the floor. They could sweep it. Who knows? when you're doing the front kick, you can either focus on pushing them or snapping. So when you push, all your force is trying to push them back, pretty obviously, right? But when you're snapping, it's like a punch. When you punch, you don't push. You hit and then you pull back. So you'd be doing the same thing with your foot. So you'd be hitting and coming back. This is good. You're not going to move your opponent, but you're going to hurt them. You're going to put some damage. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to see a more detailed sidekick video, just drop a couple comments down below. We could do some more combinations. The sidekick is a very strong kick. I use it all the time. In fact, it's probably one of my strongest kicks. So that's the end of the video for today. Hope you enjoyed, getting that sidekick in, working some different situations where you'd want to do that move. So that's it. Get out there, train, have a great time, and I'll see you next time.